welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our third broadcast of the day. Welcome back to another season, another edition here of Cheeseadelphia 2025. I can't believe it's been so long, been almost a year, since our last Cheeseadelphia. Of course, we were live last year towards the end of 2024. Now we're here once again with a new year, a new season, a new Cheeseadelphia. Let's go. Hope you've been enjoying yourselves. Hope you've had a great day so far of StarCraft. We started the day off with a KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, then into Ducklings Open, and now into Cheeseadelphia. I'm of course your side VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chats, and by my plushies as no plushies this time. No plushies, but some lovely hidden emotes instead. Let's go. As we are live with a big offline LAN event happening in the Americas, in Philadelphia, Cheeseadelphia. And this one is stacked, to be honest. Like, I'll be honest, Cheeseadelphia was getting a little bit smaller, you know. It was a bit of a more tight-knit event, I feel like, last time, but now it's gotten so much larger here. We have even some international representation and also some offline casters as well. I believe there's going to be, especially for the playoffs, there is going to be an offline casting setup there with some of those that are competing there at the event. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look back yourselves. Let's head on over, let's catch up on all the matches, on everything that is going on. Oh boy, this will shed light on the situation at least a little bit here, as from the top we have our group stage. So the playoffs will be played out later on, of course. It is going to be a one-day event, group stage first into those playoffs, and we have our lineup. We have we have a lot to catch up on as well. From the top we have Geralt. I mean, that's the big name here. Geralt, he is of course traveling. Geralt, the Polish Protoss player, he does travel all the way over from Odaba, from Poland down to the Americas, and he's going to be facing against Cheeseadelphia in the first round. Geralt, fun fact by the way, we were going to jump into Geralt's series first, but he is unavailable because, as always, he's actually playing another tournament. It reminds me of Home Story Cup. Fun fact, those that remember, Geralt, he played at Home Story Cup, but he actually played in our tournaments in the morning, I should say. He actually got into the venue, he was able to play in our tournament, and then play in Home Story Cup thereafter. Like, Geralt, he's always on that grind, and right now he is playing in Wardy's tournament, and as a result... and as a result, he is unavailable to play initially. He's going to be playing against Spirit in Woody's tournament first, and then he'll be playing in this group stage. So he's playing, yeah, just multiple events at once. That's always on that grind. Always happy. So shout out to Geralt. But we have not just Geralt, but we have other representation as well from the Americas. We'll get there in one moment. So just setting up. So just setting up the in-game lobby. But likewise, we have from the top, we have Cheeseadelphia, we have Future, we have Reverse, one of our own amateur players that we do cover on a regular basis here on the channel, at least we used to back in the day. Likewise, we have Epic, we have Clovis, we have Pili, Vast, Dolan, oPZesty. We have oPZesty, we have Rob, Falling Ninja, Foxer, Omni Skeptic, J Hefe, Schnubdub, Starkiller, Kaiboy, Warren, and Tempo. It's been a while since I've seen Tempo in a Cheeseadelphia, not gonna lie. Disrespect, the StarCraft 2 historian, John's Shadow, Dave Testa, Awesome Source, Mango Rock, Pardessa, and Foolheart. Oh my god, a very stacked bracket here, full of players from the Americas and even outside of the Americas as well. And yeah, I mean, I did just mention a couple of names here, but Dave, Testa, and Temper, I believe, will be covering the event as well at the event itself. They're going to be having their offline casting, and I believe they're going to be covering the playoffs alongside us. Let's go. Let us go. As I do apologize if I was a little bit distracted, but we were just setting up our in-game lobby and we are jumping in our first series. First, we do have Dolan versus Zesty. Let's go. There we go. Sorry, I was just zooming in. But as a reminder, it's a round robin group stage. So, oh, sorry, my apologies. I believe Swiss group stage. Regardless, a lot of matches will take place. A lot of series are going to be ongoing, but up first we have our first best of 3, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Pylon we have the American Terran player. We have the orange Terran representing Detonate. It is Dolan. And spawning in the top left hand corner we have his opponents. We have the blue Zerg player, the American Zerg for Berserker Esports. It is oPZesty. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 3. Here we go. Coming into this, of course, a little bit biased. Dolan is he's one of our own. He's one of our boys. It's definitely going to be stepping into this as one of the favorites. But I say that there are some heavy hitters. I kind of glossed over the names. When it comes to Terran representation, we have Dolan, we have Future, we have Epic. I believe those are kind of the players we're going to be looking to here to make a deep run in the tournament. Likewise, Geralt is going to be one of the favorites to win the entire event as well, repping that Protoss. From the other side of Zerg, we have Starkiller, we have Warren as well. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be beautiful, man. Yeah, let's go. As now, Hatchgas Pool, standard opener out of oPZesty. Likewise, Dolan going for his own Rax Expand setup here. Nothing crazy yet. Now, when it comes to Dolan's playstyle, you may be familiar with it, but Dolan, he does like to embrace mech from time to time against Zerg. He can be a very cheesy, very cheeky player against Protoss. That's where 1 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins, proxies do come into play and do factor in, but against Zerg, typically Dolan is a lot more mid-game oriented. Typically. Just catching up. Maybe doesn't have to forfeit. Oh, as I mentioned, like he is free to compete in both at once. Like there's no. Like we are accommodating, of course, we are accommodating. We also have a clean feed cam as well, and I was actually we actually saw Dolan interact with I should say Geralt interact with everyone else. It was fun to see. Go. As we see Dolan scouting here on the right hand side, just make sure everything is as it should be. We don't often see. Okay, oh, he's looking for the Overlord. Never mind. He's searching for the Overlord. Does barely miss it. Overlord does get away safe and sound over on the right hand side. And we'll see what we're trying to hide here. So far, we have the racks into the factory. From here, we can go into an armory and try to go for that on swap into something like a Hellbat push. We do see a 1-1-1, no third command center, so much more aggressive here, much more committed from the side of Dolan. Oh boy, much more committed. Likewise, back at home, again, standard play here by Zesty, droning, saturating, pulling out of gas, getting into link speed, nothing crazy yet, but this is more committed here from Dolan. I should emphasize that as well. Typically, by this point, we would see a third TC, but nowhere to be found, not yet. Going for an add-on swap, so Reactor Hellion going into Banshee play, and our eyes are peeled looking for the armory. The Overlord has yet to dive in. Hellion's stepping forward, going for a Roach base opener from the side of oPZesty. Okay. Does open Roach. I did just mention that Dolan, he's willing to play mech in this matchup, so I do think Roaches will be a very smart way to open up. And here it is, not an armory, going for the Fusion Core. We knew it was going to be something a little bit different here, but it is going to be a BC base opener. BCs do often lead into mech. Overlord Scout is coming in, and oPZesty, he will see the 1-1-1. He'll confirm the eventual Banshee play, but he does not confirm. He does not confirm the Fusion Core. And he shouldn't. As the Marine will hunt this down. There we go, a faking Cloak. Yeah, Cloak is being faked. Overlord up. Oh my god, does not confirm. Yeah, check the vision here. oPZesty, he did not see the Fusion Core at the same time. Hellions go for the dive. Yeah, they go for the dive into the middle line. Hellions, they try to slow this down. No Roaches. Oh, where are the Roaches? Roach Warden is down, but 0 Roaches to defend. Hellions, they bustled in. Drones are getting roasted. 6 drones already going to be going down, getting it to 9. And he's not done. He's not done. Tauda, they're lighting up. They're lighting up, Bobby. 12, 15, 14. 14 drone kills, 15 drone kills. And can we get any more? We can get one more volley of 16. And 16 workers do go down. And remember, this is not even Dolan's final form. This was the initial wave of aggression. Up next, BCs. Up next, battle cruisers. Now we should be seeing spores. We have a spore here at the third base. We have a spore on the way in the main. We have a spore on the way at the natural. These spores a little bit late, but the BC is still on the horizon here. Where is that Banshee? And the first Banshee staying at home. Third CC is almost done. Remember, this is not an all-in. And we have two more factors. As I mentioned, BC into mech is a little more common. And roaches will help, but that was just a brutal amount of damage in the early game. That is critical damage and not impossible to recover. I mean, in the sense that Zesty has the option to make right now. He either has to re-drone, resaturate, and be as greedy as possible, or turn this into a 3-base all-in. Personally, I'm leaning towards an all-in. I feel like trying to saturate, trying to catch up is going to be so difficult from this kind of game state. He's macroing. Okay, he's going to macro up, double Evo chamber, he's re-droning. And that means that there is no counterattack. That means that Dolan is safe and sound back at home. Here comes the BC across the map. How many queens? 5. Ooh, low queen counts. As the BC does go in. And drones are going to be going down. Getting 3, 4 drone kills already, getting up to 5. Catching out some overlords. Getting rid of everything. Oh, does get the overlord. Does get another drone. Queens, they will zone away. This won't kill, but once again, the economy here is crippled, and we're getting ready for the eventual move out. Now, Dolan, interesting, is not going into battle mech, is going into a more traditional form of mech, going into Hellion tank instead. Okay. This means that he doesn't really have any pushing power. He can dive with Hellions. Once again, as we see, Zesty is still droning. Jesus. He has no army. These Hellions, if they wanted to, they could go across the map, and there's nothing that Zesty could do to stop him. The mineral lands are just so exposed. He's being so greedy here. Fortunately for Zesty, the Hellions, they stay at home. I think Dolan is a little bit more concerned about a counterattack more than anything. So Dolan could move out and could honestly end the game, but he's unaware of how greedy Zesty has been, as Zesty has been purely just redrawing this entire time. And I mean, this can work, like as in the sense for my Zerg player, it can work out where he's cutting corners, he's being greedy. Because of this, he's going to be able to catch up. It's on Dolan to punish, and the punish isn't really there, not completely. There we go. WC moving out. Does catch a queen. Does bring down 1. Heading towards the mineral line. Catching another queen. How many queens are left? Only 6. Oh, down to 5. Down to 5 queens. And there should be another Yamato. Okay, just chasing down more queens. Down to 4. And that was the last transfuse. Given a little bit more time, there's going to be another available. Here comes the Yamato going for the spore. I know these queens are going to go down. Yeah, there's not enough anti-air, not enough queens. Again, Zesty was on a very low queen count, and he gets punished for it. The Spire is not even is just now halfway done, and there's no anti-air. These BCs, they have done it. GG gets called, and Dolan will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Dolan, he does take the first game here. Again, we saw that Zesty, unfortunately, he was being very greedy in the response to heavily drone, but he wasn't making queens. He wasn't getting Aspire. He wasn't respecting the BCs. He had limited anti-air, and with that, the BCs on their own, even without that ground support, did take it. GG. GG, well played. They did take it in the end, and with that, that leads us into game 2. Dolan needs one more game here. Take it all. Oh. He's on a mass, papi, on a mass. And Zesty has to fight back here and now to make a series out of this. As game 2 is going to be on ley lines. Just catching up. Hello, I stand in the chat. I stand. See Satsuna as well. Decimor. Easy Feel. Ponyo. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? See you later. I saw Sirius Black was our first quacker. Came first, Pappy came first. And maybe CD as well. Bienvenidos as we are getting into our second game. Whew. And we'll see if Zesty can make a series out of this. Again, last game, unfortunately, we didn't really get to embrace the game too much. Zesty did go down to harass, whether it was Hellion harass or BC harass. But we'll see if we can recover and sink our teeth into game 2. As spawning in the right-hand corner of lane lines, we have our American Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Berserker Esports. It is oPZesty. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Terran player. We have the orange Terran representing Detonate. It is Dolan. Here we go. So we have our ZVT Dolan, of course, leading the series 1-0. We'll see how Zesty will approach this. Again, he had to make a choice after he lost all those workers. The choice was to be greedy, but again, just overly greedy there. Unfortunately, didn't quite respect those BCs, didn't make enough queens. Didn't react with a fast enough spire. But I'm sure that'll change this time. By saying that though, the reality is I would imagine Dolan will go for a different build. Yes, he's known for mech, and yes, he's willing to embrace mech more often than not against Zerg players, but we might see something different here. A BC based opener, sure. Maybe Banshee instead, or maybe a Hellbat push. Our eyes are on Dolan. Where's the cheese? We'll get there, don't you worry. For now, hatch gas pool, standard open out of our Zerg player. Nothing crazy. SCV Scout does confirm. That's Queens are on the way. Rax expands out of Dolan. As a reminder, last game, Dolan did go for a 1-1-1 opener into BC. So we'll see if he does lay his third CC once again. Eyes are on Dolan. Cheeseadelphia, no cheese would make me sad. There's plenty of cheese happening, I'm sure. Looking at the brackets, I mean, Star Killer, he's out there, I'm sure. Or leading people. As for now, getting one drink. Oh no! But Dolan does overextend. He will barely get away. The 1 HP! The 1 HP Reaper does pull out. It does get away. Does. Oh no! Oh my god. Can play with fire. Jesus. On patrol. Does pull away and does get eyes on the third base. Meanwhile, back at home, once again, a 1-1-1. Going for the add-ons on the Hellions, and with this, we could go into BCs once again, or we can go into a Banshee-based opener. Our eyes are on Dolan. I guess technically he has no reason to mix things up, but I would hope that he would do something a little bit different here and bring something different to the table. Different LA lines. As Reaper dips into the main. Has already gotten one drone kill and is looking for another. This time there's a sport trick. This time Zesty does save the drone. Marine once again is on patrol to deny the scouts. There it is, there's the initial Banshee. And from here, do we go for the Armory or do we go for the Fusion Core? We have the answer, Fusion Core. It's going to be Fusion Core behind the Natural Mineral Line, so same build. This is going to be the same build at 2 games in a row. And once again, the pressure is on Zesty to determine and to scout what exactly is happening. There's no Overlord here at the Natural. No Overlord outside of the main. Hellions, they break out. Oh, not again. Now, my big concern, there are 10 Zerglings on the map. Okay, there's 4 across, and there's a handful back at home. There's 6 back at home to defend. 12 Zerglings, they just now begin, but they're late. Once again, Zesty, he was cutting corners. And he does catch one Heli, but the rest they get into the mineral line. Oh god, does not Evo block either. Drones are getting roasted. Now, this is not as bad as last game. Remember, last game was 15 drone kills. Here we're getting up to 9. And, ooh, not 10. Whew, okay. This is still brutal damage. It's still critical damage here, as well that is not a wall. But this is better than last game, at least. Behind this, spores are being thrown down. Lair is on the way. Roach Warren's almost done. So it's decent damage out of Dolan, but it could have been worse. Could have been worse for Zesty. He holds. Does hold once again, going into mech. Now, Zesty, he has yet to really scout and confirm. He may blindly just respond with a faster Spire. And once the lair is done, we'll see. Otherwise, we would hope be seeing a Spire after the first BC is revealed. We're hoping for at least that. This time he's getting up to 6 queens once again. So once again, staying on a bit of a lower queen count, just like last game. Staying on 6. BC teleports across the map. Now we see a much faster Spire. Let's go. So this time is, in general, just a cleaner response here from Zesty. Pulls away from the main. Doesn't lose many workers. Means they will zone, and the BC takes a lot of hits, takes a lot more damage, and barely gets anything. So again, just a much cleaner defense here from Zesty. Spire is almost halfway done. At this point, Zesty just has to make sure he can break out of that supply block and make Corruptors and get into the mid game. So far, so good. Okay, we have a game. Now, the pressure is on Dolan here to be more active, as he has barely dealt any damage compared to last time. Last time, by this point, he had already killed 20 drones. It was 16 and then 5 thereafter. So 21. Second BC has arrived. Corruptor production has begun. Dolan does move out across the map. Back at him once again, he's building up his Hellion tank, and this time these BCs shouldn't end the game. So we're going to be able to just embrace the mid game here, have more back and forth. This he does get supply blocked. Corruptors this time they do engage. One queen does go down. Yamatos are available. And let's teleport the hell out of here. Ooh, does teleport away in time. Nice target firing. And we should be seeing another teleport. Oh, just in time as well. 6 drone kills. Nicely done. Takes down 6 workers. Does escape with those BCs. At this point, I would say that the Corruptors could try to chase across the map. Right now, there's no other anti-air, so these BCs are very exposed. But as time goes on, we have a Cyclones on the way to support. So that window where these BCs are vulnerable adds closing. It is closing. Now the turrets are up. Now the Cyclone has arrived. And Dolan is secure. He's secure on 3 bases. Zesty, he did double expand. He's running up to 91. He has a solid drone count. Very solid. Now he can fixate and focus on purely Roach Ravager. So Zesty can now look to max out. From the side of Dolan, he is mixing in a couple of Cyclones. Going into Viking production as well. But you can see he's also focusing on just expanding. Oh, now he's moving out. Now it's being active. The Roach is not quite in position. Blue Flame is done. Going for the Queens. There's actually not that much Roach Ravager. Your Lings attempt to surround. Lings getting roasted. Dolan does slip away. Again, Zesty's going for a much more Ling heavy composition. Interesting. So he's going for less roaches, more zerglings. The lings are getting roasted. Likewise, species, they hit the Dolan base. Corruptors are in position. And do we teleport in time? Up, up. Where's the teleport? Yeah, not in time here. The first VC does go down. Down to one battle cruiser. And again, Dolan, he should teleport away here. Oh, okay, this time does teleport. Does teleport back home. And again, no critical economic damage. Both armies are maxing out. This is where I would want to see Zesty being more active. Like Zesty, he's like both armies are maxing out. Zesty's army is very cheap. It's a very cheap army here of Lingbane Road Ravager, and it's an army designed to trade. Like you want to be trading, you want to be being active to catch up the army, to poke and prod. And so far is dancing at least with the battle mech. Well, Qatar brutal. Again, the creep is lackluster here. Forced to chase off a creep. Lingbane can't quite connect. Oh god, good. Yeah, some brutal Hellion volleys. But he does surround. You're not bad. Does come in, does attempt to surround, catches out all the Hellions. Cyclones, they should be focused down as well. And a better fight for Zesty. Catch out the army. Tanks are on siege. Uh-oh. But they do siege up in time. Okay, they do siege up. Oh, corruptors are punished. And now here comes the main army. Again, this entire time it was only the Hellion Cyclone, but now the tanks have arrived. Oh, decent Biles. Very nice. Biles do connect. But the Ravager count's quite low here. And there aren't the things they can't try to collapse in. There are Hellbats. Biles, they get one tank. And Dolan is pushing through. He's pushing through the bases, forfeits. Yeah, both of them are. Zesty, he's quick to evacuate. He gets the hell out of there. But there's no stopping this army. One hatchery goes down. So will the other. He's gonna try to engage. Oh god, god. Does dive head on. Takes down what, 2-3 tanks. And not the fight we were hoping for. Again, pushing into the tank line. Ideally, you want to be waiting for the tanks to unsiege to push forward like this, and then you can engage. But Zesty, he was premature. Once again. Nice Biles. Raising the army. VC teleports back home. Oh, the Roach Warden is going to go down. Now it's just purely Lingbane reinforcements against all these Hellbats. Nice spread. Very nice spread here by Dolan. Yeah, the Baileys, they do nothing. And with that Dolan, he has done it. He has broken the fourth, the fifth, and the natural. There is no Roach Warren, upgrades are finishing, but GG gets called, and Dolan, he will overwhelm. He will take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Dolan, he will claim the series. Again, I will say that Zesty had a much better showing here in Game 2. Game 1 ended very abruptly. Like, Game 1 was, I think players were warming up. But Game 2, Zesty, he was able to hold his own. He was able to have a back and forth. He was able to get up to 90 drones. Like, he got up to his ideal economy, but the engagements were a little bit lackluster. As we mentioned, ideally, you do want to be waiting for the Terran player to unsiege, to expose themselves, to push forward. Then you can try to wrap around, come in from multiple angles, and then collapse on the army. Instead, we saw Zesty being maybe a little bit too cavalier, just again being just a little bit too ambitious, engaging ahead of time, engaging head on as well, which allowed for Dolan to have better fights. He was able to take better fights, take better trades. With that, Dolan did overwhelm. GG, well played. But shout out to oPZesty again. Like, it does feel like, you know, especially because it's the first series of the broadcaster of the tournament. You know, Game 1 had to shake off all the rust or shake off the nerves. Kind of get used to the setup, bearing in mind they're all at a venue. Notes at the usual setups here. And yo, a shout out to un momento. A shout out to those at the venue itself.